So, I just got to ask the question as we start today's video. As of today's date, and let's be honest, the offseason isn't over. There's still a draft to happen. There's still the second and third wave of free agency that's kind of ongoing. The roster is likely going to clearly change. Well, it's not likely, it's going to change more. But let's ask an honest question. As of right now, on this date and time, are the Philadelphia Eagles a better roster? Let's get into that for a second, guys. What's up, Eagles Nation? What's going on, NFL world? How you doing, Division Rivals? This is Steven Hyder with Gate City Sports Channel. The Sports Channel where the cerebral NFL fan comes for about 10 minutes of daily content. Hey, guys, what's up? If you're new to the channel, hey, welcome, man. I'm glad to have you here. If I can ask you to do a huge favor, if you enjoyed the content, if you could hit that subscribe button, it would mean a lot to me, guys. Also, for all my OG subscribers that have been here really since almost day one, it feels like some of you guys, hey, hit that thumbs up button, guys. That's how you can help me out with the algorithm. All right, y'all, today's topic. Have the Philadelphia Eagles gotten better, right? Have we improved the roster? I'm already tongue-tied. We haven't even got into the topic. I'm going to say that, yes, with some nuance here. Is the roster better? Sure. Haason Reddick is a big upgrade at the Sam linebacker position in that rush kind of role on third down, right? I mean, it's a big upgrade over Genard Avery. Although I do feel like Genard Avery could have given us more value if we used him a little bit more naturally as a pass rusher earlier on than what we did. I felt like we could have done more with Genard Avery, and he didn't really get a fair shake, per se. Zach Pascal added to the wide receiver room. I mean, is he an upgrade? Yeah, argumentatively. I think so. I think as your third, fourth wide receiver type, sure, he's an upgrade. So, I mean, if the sole definition is has the roster gotten a little better, yeah, incrementally. Incrementally, we're a little better. I do believe that. Now, is it good enough to compete against the upper tier of the league? I think that's a more complex conversation because if we're only solely talking about the National Football Conference, right, the NFC, you can make an argument the NFC has not gotten better. In many cases, it's gotten worse. But I will say, Russell Wilson moving from Seattle to the AFC, the Seahawks weren't really a competitor last year. Like, they kind of fell off a little bit. Tom Brady is returning to Tampa Bay, but he's a year older, and their roster's not quite the same without AB, although, you know, Godwin will be back, and that's still going to be a competitive football team. I mean, let's be honest. Todd Bowles is a good defensive coordinator there. I do not think Green Bay is better. I don't. Aaron Rodgers is a stud, no doubt about it. But minus Devontae Adams, not really scared of playing Green Bay right now, if I'm going to be quite honest. Although I do feel like Green Bay's defense, man, has really improved over the last couple of years. Defensively, that team has gotten way, way better over the last couple of years. I'll give them that. Dallas is kind of holding steady, right? I mean, I would say maybe they've gotten a little worse. Amari Cooper is not great, but Amari Cooper served a pretty good, part in Dallas, man. I mean, he helped bring Dak along and kind of turn him into what's viewed as now as kind of a franchise quarterback type, right? Mid-tier, a little bit above that mid-tier group, if you will. So, can we compete in the NFC? Maybe. I don't think we've seen the best of San Francisco, man. I think they're going to get better. I think the Rams are still way ahead of us right now, to be quite honest. I think Tampa Bay is still quite a ways ahead of us right now, if I'm being quite honest right now. So, in some ways, I still think this team could potentially be a playoff team. I do think that, to be quite honest. But at the same time, are we a real threat to go deep right now with this current roster? No. I don't think so, guys. Personally, I don't think so. And I know that I'm kind of really like making this into a complex topic, and I understand that. But try to understand my point of view here, which is it is a complex topic. Like, I do think that the roster is better. I do think that the NFC has gotten weaker. I just don't think that we have reached the level of being true competitors yet. I don't think we're on the Rams level, anywhere near it right now. I don't think we're on the 49ers level, anywhere near it right now. I don't think we're on Tampa Bay's level right now. I don't think we've reached that status yet, guys. I still think we're a ways away from there, although I feel like Dallas has done nothing to improve their condition and may have arguably gotten a little worse. And I think that Green Bay has taken definitely a step down. I don't think that they're the same threat that they once were right now. So, what do the Eagles do? My opinion is this. I don't think they're done. I still think they're going to add at cornerback. I still think they're going to add at wide receiver. I think those two positions are the two positions this team has got to get better at, and safety. They may try to kick, they might try to kick some stuff around the league, try to identify a guy and go trade for him. I think that is a real possibility, but there's got to be a two-way party here, right? Actually, in today's NFL, you almost have to have a three-way party here, right? It's got to be the team who holds the contract, the team who's interested in acquiring said player in contract, and said player. So it's almost like a three-way kind of ordeal now. We know this from Robert Woods because the Eagles definitely wanted Robert Woods. And unfortunately, Robert Woods went to Tennessee, and I do think you could make an argument like, well, couldn't the Eagles offered a lot more than a six-rounder? So, you just kind of forced the Rams into going, hey, Robert, we get it, man, but, like, you got to understand the value is not equal. So unless Tennessee comes back with a lot better, sure, guys, yes, absolutely that could have happened, but it didn't. I think we're down to the draft, guys, and we're going to have to really leverage our picks here in this draft. I don't know that we're going to use all 3 first-rounders. I do think it is a possibility, but I've said from day one I was a little iffy on that. What I'm hoping the Eagles do is I'm hoping the Eagles go forward into this draft and go get an impact player. I think that's what this team needs. Whether it's defensively or offensively, this team needs an impact player. If you can get that guy at corner, if you can get that guy at wide receiver, I think it would benefit you. I think this team could use it. There's only one safety that you can go forward to go get, and if we walked away with that guy, Kyle Hamilton, I'd be quite happy with that pick. I think there are certain areas and certain positions the Eagles have got to still upgrade. I think you can make an argument that we still need off-the-ball linebackers. More in particular, I think the Mike. I love T.J. Edwards. I think T.J. Edwards is very much an underrated player. I still think the Eagles would like to upgrade at Mike if they could, at the Mike linebacker spot. I think you have to get better at safety. Anthony Harris is not a slouch, guys. I'm not saying he's a bum, but he's nowhere near the top of the third of the league. Let's just be honest. He's not even the top of the third of the NFC. I look at corner. We definitely could use some youth in the cornerback room, man. We got a lot of guys like Tay Gowan. I know we got guys like Zach McPherson. We got some young guys. Don't get me wrong, but a guy that's a little bit higher caliber. A little bit more well thought of, if you will, in that position. Receiver. Treylon Burks. I know a lot of you guys are big on Olave. I like Olave, but there's some complexity with that. And then, I'll be honest with you, man. Even later rounds, to mess around with a guy like Mechie, who I think is a really good 3-level player at the wide receiver position. I think he's far better than people think. I really like Mechie, and he's coming back from an injury. I like Jameson Williams from Alabama. Another guy that coming off of injury, but man, if you watch that guy's film, boy, he's special at the vertical route concepts. That dude is really hard to guard on those moves. There's quite a few guys in this draft class I like a lot. George Pickens is, from a production-wise from college, very complex, man. There's definitely a risk factor to George Pickens. But if you're talking about boundary side, true X-line boundary side receivers, in my opinion, by far he has the highest ceiling in these guys. There's some risky dudes out there. I'm not going to lie to you guys. There's definitely some risky guys out there. Justin Ross. Freshman and sophomore year, the guy kind of looked like a Keenan Allen type to me. He was just that good of a football player. He looked really good playing beside T. Higgins. Then he suffers something to do with his vertebrae, and he ended up having to have surgery in 2020, and he just wasn't the same guy in 2021. But now you're coming back another year removed from that. If that guy comes back to what he once looked like as a freshman and a sophomore, that's a really good football player. That's a dude that was very good at running routes. He's a guy that I think is a really extremely good value pick in this draft. Jalen Tolbert and Christian Watson. There's a lot of talent wide receiver to improve this roster. All right, guys, what are your thoughts? How do you think this team improves? It's going to have to improve, guys. I think it's a non-negotiable. You have to put talent around this roster. I think it's going to have to probably come from the draft, and I think we're going to have to really hit on this draft. I know that's a scary proposition, guys. I get it. What do you think, guys? Let me know your thoughts down below. Who is the player? Like, give me 2 or 3 players that, like, you're like, yo, this is who I want, Gabe. And also, hey, man, the draft guide is almost done. Offensive draft guide. I'm splitting it up between offense and defense, guys. Look for it early next week. Stay up to date with me, guys. I'm going to let you know when I release it. All right, y'all, I'm going to jump off here. I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. I'll see you guys on the next video.